Hi, it's Aaron Davison from howtolicenseyourmusic.com. And in this quick video tutorial, I'm going to talk about a subject that I've been getting a lot of questions about recently. And the topic is exclusive publishers versus non-exclusive publishers when working in the music licensing industry. So, if you're a songwriter and you're pursuing music licensing opportunities, it's really just important to be aware that there are essentially two different types of publishers. There are publishers who work exclusively with the songs that they represent, and there are publishers who work non-exclusively with the songs they represent. I'm going to start by talking about publishers who require exclusivity from the songs that they represent in their catalog. So there are a number of publishers who require exclusivity when taking on songs and pitching those songs to TV and film opportunities. And if you think about it, the reason these publishers want exclusivity is actually pretty understandable. There are a number of publishers who are essentially pitching to a lot of the same TV and film opportunities. And if every single publisher represented the same songs, or essentially the same songs, there would really be no reason to do business with one publisher versus another. So it's pretty understandable. I think a lot of publishers want leverage in the marketplace, some sort of uniqueness, so that they require that if you're going to sign with them, that you don't go then sign with other publishing companies as well. This is sort of similar to the way music retailers don't want to take on guitars, for example, that a dealer in the same vicinity represents as well, because why would you then do business with one store over the other? Sort of the same idea. On the other hand, there are a number of music libraries and publishing companies that will work with you non-exclusively. In other words, if you place your songs with these libraries, you can still then continue to pitch your songs directly to music supervisors or to other music libraries. So the difference between the two, in my experience, is that music libraries that are non-exclusive tend to be much larger libraries that take on huge volumes of songs, and they tend to be less, in general, I'm sort of generalizing, but they tend to be less accessible and less approachable. Not always. In my experience, I've worked with a couple different publishing companies, one in particular that requires exclusivity, and it's a smaller publishing company, and they're more hands-on, and they tend to kind of go to bat for you more than non-exclusive companies. A lot of people ask me, whether or not it's a good idea to sign with, exclusively with a publishing company, and it really depends on where you are as a songwriter, what your other options are, and who the publishing company is, what their track record is, whether or not they have a history of placing songs. You really have to evaluate things on a case-by-case basis. I think there's situations where it makes total sense to give up your rights to a song or a group of songs in exchange for the benefit of working with a publisher who has more connections and more experience in the industry than you do. So hopefully this helps clarify things a little bit. I think publishers that work exclusively with songwriters tend to get a bad rap, but hopefully if you just by understanding where they're coming from, hopefully it makes a little more sense. So that's it for today. For more information on how to license your music in TV and films, check out my website, which is howtolicenseyourmusic.com. Thanks.